Yokoso minasan, I'm Leo, I'm the professional Weeb, and today we're here to watch and review The Promised Neverland episode 3. Okay guys, so the last episode was interesting. It moved the show just a little bit. The pacing and the content that we got was not that much as at least as what I was expecting, but this episode is going to be a banger. I'm pretty sure that's going to be exciting because at this point they have to introduce new content in the story and new things for us to theorize and to think what would maybe come in the future. So I expect to learn more about the character that was introduced in the last part of the episode. I expect to learn more about her and where she comes. Probably they won't give us the details if there's like a human camp outside of the house, and something that they probably won't tell us about that. But I want to see what kind of character she is. Maybe she would be the one who ends up helping our guys to escape. Maybe she understands their situation. She obviously understands their situation, and maybe she somehow helps them. But at the same time, maybe they brought her in because they noticed that they were trying to escape, right? So maybe they need more security, more adults looking over the children, and basically keep them away from away from the gates, away from the walls as much as possible. But yeah, let's see what this episode has to offer. I'll be talking as usual at the end of the episode in detail about what has happened. I'll be talking about the animation, soundtrack, and pretty much everything else, and I'll try to theorize what will happen in the future of the series if we get more information and if I have enough content to talk about. But without further ado, guys, I'll start the episode in 3, 2, 1, let's jam! Okay, so we're starting with the opening. I've listened to this opening quite a few times now. I watched it on YouTube quite a lot as well. It's probably one of the strongest openings of this season, but there are, I really like the Kakegurui opening, I had to say. I really like the art style. The song is good as well, but the style of that opening is fantastic. Not to say that The Promised Neverland doesn't have a strong art style, because I think that this is probably one of its strongest point as well. The song as well, I think this is maybe the best opening song of the season. Maybe the Domestic no Kanojo anime has maybe perhaps a better song, depending on what kind of music you are into. That one has quite a solid opening theme as well. But at the very least, I'm going to put The Promised Neverland as the second best of this season in terms of the soundtrack, the opening song. It's really cool the way they do like the blurry effects, right here with the fans and everything. It's a really solid opening. It's one that it was nice the first time I listened to, and one that I like to watch every now after I've seen it quite a few times. But anyway, let's get into the episode. Yeah, so she's another guard for them. Why? Okay, so Sister Krone. You see, I like the way he's thinking. He's thinking a lot like I was thinking, so he's probably my favorite character. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying at the end of the last episode. True? Yeah, that would be the first step that you have to figure out. It's probably the code they have on their neck. Okay, so it's kind of a radius-based system. Exactly. There might be some different kind of technologies that demons have that we don't have. I still think it's the code on their neck. Where? Yeah, think about it. Where would you implant if you? I. Carol. Oh, okay. Yeah, true, true. That's so smart. I didn't think about that, but those characters are really smart. Many achievements. Oh. Okay, so they seem to be quite evil actually. I wanted to believe that they're good, but they are making it harder for me to believe so. Oh, okay, so she was at the point a child. Uh, I'll talk more about it at the end. Ah, I like her. I like her. I like Isabella. She's kind of twisted. She's kind of creepy playing with that toy like she was its mom. She's a weird one. She would be fired. Okay, so what I think is that the kids would have a lot easier time extracting information from this character. She doesn't seem to be as smart as Isabella. She's obviously less intelligent, um, or less cunning than Isabella. So maybe they were able to get some extra information from her. Oh, so she's thinking about killing them. Or was that just a sign that she's behind them? Damn, she's creepy as well. Yeah, she knew that two kids got to see the truth, but she doesn't know that they are the two. She doesn't know about Emma. She didn't see Emma yet. Emma went to. This kid looks a lot like Emma. You know, her hair looks a lot like Emma's. Emma is completely focused on. She doesn't even pay attention to the other girl. Okay, so it's in the ear. Okay, so that's it. Does she have it? Okay, so she's quite old as well. This baby looks a lot like Emma. Maybe they are sisters, you know. Kind of weird to, hard to believe that they're like separated by 11 years, but it is certainly a possibility. Grandma. Tiffany. Okay, I like that they're giving us more things to talk about. That's really nice. The whole system. There are multiple plants out there. Please, him. Who is he? Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. So we got the big evil I already mentioned. You got to remove it or to break it. I mean, yeah, that's something that you can assume, but you don't know that for certain, right? That they can be identified with it. It really depends on what kind of technology they have. Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. If you would design a technology like that, it would make sense. True. Maybe you can jam the signal or something like that if you can't remove it. Yeah, it was said that he's good with machines and stuff like that. So maybe he'll figure out a way to jam the signal. I think the 10-year-old girl will be quite easy to bring along their side. Yeah, true. I was saying that last time. Okay. Nice. So they get training from the smart ones, and okay, so they're training them how to escape. That's really smart. But still, you can train the babies and the ones that are way too young to understand things like this. But you get to teach the older ones, and maybe they can take care of the very small babies. Is she going to join in the fun? Oh, so she's going to show that she can find everybody really easy. She's going to test them, but at the same time going to show them what she's capable of. Damn, she's fast. Lady can run. She's obviously really competent as well. If she made it to this age, uh, it was foreshadowed that she took tests just like them in the past. Okay, so she's getting most of the smaller ones, and she's really strong. Damn. Will Emma be able to outrun her? I don't think so. Look, just look at her. You won't be able to. But you know Emma is really fast. But she's really fast as well. They have to make a trap maybe for her to get her stuck. Yeah, he definitely sounds a lot like me. You know, that's her weakness, but that's her strong point as well. She may be naive, but what? Then I'm on your side. Interesting. Oh, so they're running via. It would make sense for them to split, and he's going to get caught, right? Because he's not that physically strong. Unless he plans something for a trap or something. She wasn't able to catch all of them. Oh, so she's really good. Of course, she is quite old, so only a year younger than them. Hmm. True. That's why she got an assistant, right? Oh. So that. Damn. I didn't think about that, but who would be the traitor, right? It has to be someone pretty smart as well, but quite naive as well. It's hard to figure out who would be the traitor. Huh. Now, well, that's one way to end the episode. Interesting though that they brought in this traitor situation, but I'll talk more about it in the review part of this video. So see you in just a bit. Okay guys, so at the start of the episode I said that this episode may be a banger, and to be fair, it was probably the strongest episode of The Promised Neverland that we got so far. You know, I really liked the first episode for the shocking value, and I think it was a great first episode for the series. But in terms of content and things that we get to analyze, this was the episode packed to the brim with a lot of subjects, a lot of foreshadowing for future events, and just a lot of content in general. We got to learn more about the world, more about the characters, the new character, even Isabella, their mom, more about how the world works, and yeah, basically it was a packed episode with content. This is the kind of episode that I'm looking for. This is the kind of episode that I like analyzing, and hopefully I'll come up with some cool ideas in this segment. The first thing that I want to touch on is the fact that it was revealed that there are multiple houses. So this is not like a one case thing. There's only one house, and yeah, basically all the kids come from that place. Apparently there are many of them. How many we don't know yet, but there are quite a few for certain. We learned that they have like this hierarchy kind of thing, right? They have assistants basically, which are like the bottom of the adult, of like the bottom of the career for an adult. Then you can go up to mom. Mom basically controls her entire house. She is responsible for all the kids in that house, and she also can give order. Basically, she's the superior of assistants, and assistants help mom with her task. I assume if the bigger the house is, the more assistants are needed because there are more children to take care of. Or in case if they suspect that something is happening, maybe that's when they send another assistant. And apparently you can go up in ranks from being an assistant to being a mom. The rank above mom is grandmother. Grandma was revealed in this episode, and I would assume that grandma basically is at the top of the moms, right? The way the moms control all the children in their house, grandma basically controls all the moms who take care of the children. So I assume she's like their general manager, something like that. And there's the boss, who is probably a demon, who probably is not a human. He got referred to by both humans, but as well the demons, and they were saying something along the lines they were giving their prayers to him, or like so they're making this boss figure be some kind of god, or they putting him on a high pedestal, like he doesn't eat what they eat. He eats only the highest quality kind of food, which is basically Emma and Norman and Ray. So yeah, that was interesting. But the first thing that struck me in this episode and gave me in a way hope for the children was the fact that their mom Isabella doesn't report the fact that they found out that what's happening behind the scenes. As Sister Krone said when she heard that Isabella knew that the kids found out the truth, the kids should be shipped immediately at that point, but instead Isabella is going to hide this until the next shipping, which is basically in 2 months from that point. So she basically hides this in order to raise her status, I assume, because apparently she's a very renowned, very good mom. She, as they said, she provided many good food basically for demons, very good product over the years. So she is one of the highest rank moms, I assume. Maybe she is a candidate for the position of grandma, right? So obviously she doesn't want to have in her resume the fact that her kids found out the truth. That could be one of the way to interpret their situation. That is what makes most logical sense. I still somewhere in the back of my mind want to believe that she might want to rebel against the demons or something like that. I still want to believe that she has some good inside her heart, right? She's not just a monster like the rest of them. But yeah, she also has a number, right? We didn't get to, I don't think we saw her neck, right? Because she always wears the clothes. But when she was reporting to grandmother, she said a number, and I believe that was the title of the episode as well. So basically, that means she was in their shoes at a point as well. So she was a child just like them in the past. And the new sister Krone, when Isabella told her to learn the name of every kid, she told her that it's way easier than getting a perfect score every day, which again shows the fact that Sister Krone was in their shoes as well. When she was younger, she probably took those tests as well, and she got a perfect score every day. So probably the way to advance, the way to basically not get killed, which sounds really bad, but yeah, if you if you get perfect scores every day, you can survive. I assume you can become a sister yourself. Maybe you can become a mom yourself, and I assume that's the path they took. So yeah, but there probably is more to it because they don't seem to be normal. Like they don't even care that they're raising kids to be eaten by demons, right? They seem to be completely not give a shit in a way about what happens to those children, which yeah, it's not normal, you know. I don't know if the demons did something to their emotions, right? Maybe I don't know, maybe they gave them some kind of drugs or something like that to make them lose their empathy, basically, because at the end of the day that's what they're lacking. They don't have empathy. They can't normal people wouldn't just happily sacrifice, you know, young children. That's not that's not normal. That's not something that you or I could do, unless you're a psychopath, in which case you probably could, but don't be a psychopath, okay? So if any psychopaths was, just don't, okay? Just try to be a normal person. Don't become like mom. Be good. Be like Emma. But yeah, so they were children as well at some point. So I assume maybe all the humans that are under the demons that have like a position as a mother or you know, helper, or you know, even grandma, probably all of them at some point took those tests, and they score a perfect they had a perfect score at them. So that's probably one of the conditions in order to get higher in rank and to survive at the end of the day. Another thing revealed in this episode, which was really cool, was the tracking device that they had at the back of their ear. I was expecting maybe it was something to do with their number on their neck. Maybe that's why they track it. Maybe that thing had like an implant as well. But they made the good point that if the demons are going to eat them, it has to be in a place where it's easy to remove, and obviously the ear is just that kind of place. So, and as well, we got the size, which is like really small. Ray as well told more about them, that they can't see exactly who they're tracking. Basically, they're like a radar system in a way, where they know their position, but they don't know if who is who, right? So maybe that's how they can play the mom Isabella and sister Krone. Maybe that's some way to fool them. Maybe they, you know, take their device out and leave them somewhere, and their mom will go to that place and won't find anybody, right? Maybe that's how they will use it at a point, or maybe Ray will find a way to jam the signal or to fake the signal. Maybe he will be able to make fake tracking devices, right? So instead of 37 or, you know, 38 tracking devices in their house, maybe he will make like, you know, like a bunch. Maybe he'll make 200 more, right? If he knows how the technology works. In that way, the mom won't know who is who and who is where, right? Because they can track them individually. So, you know, you could instead of trying to remove them and trying to hide them, you could just make a bunch of them. So the real signal will be lost in all of the noise in the atmosphere, right? If that makes sense. So another revelation that we got was Grandma, as I mentioned earlier, but the boss as well. We got to see some more demons that weren't revealed, that we didn't see before. I don't know if they will be actual big characters or if they're just like random demons that exist out there, high rank demons maybe. But it definitely seems that at the top of the ladder it's this guy who they call boss, and even the demons themselves respect him, like he is some kind of god to that extent, because even the subtitle that I was reading, right, whenever they were mentioning him, it was like a big H, right, like he is like the king of the demons or something like that, like a god of the demons even. So yeah, interesting to see more about him, and I'm still interested to see what kind of abilities the demons have, because that wasn't quite revealed yet. We know that they have better sight and better hearing than humans. They probably are faster and stronger, you'd assume as much, but we don't know if they have like some kind of other special abilities. We know that they have those roses that they use to kill people. I don't know if they use them to kill them, but yeah, the little girl in the first episode had one inside her when she was dead. But yeah, not too much else we got when it comes to the demons. We got a lot of information on Sister Krone. She is fast, she is strong, and she is quite smart as well, because she was obviously a child like them, and if she passed all the tests with a perfect grade, then yeah, she's obviously smart. And during the chasing game, that they played, the tag game that they've played, she's obviously really strong. We got to see her pretty much breaking a tree bark with just her body, so she's very, very physically strong. And she's fast as well. She was able to pretty much catch all the children. Even she was able to keep up with Emma, right, and find her. And Emma is like the best that we have out of all the children when it comes to sports. So yeah, she's quite a threat, quite hard to deal with. But when it comes to smarts, she's not as smart as Norman and Ray. They got to play her at the end, right? They split, and and just by looking in their eyes, obviously it was shown through the way Norman was looking at her that he's a level above her. So what I get from this is like Isabella, their mom, is really smart, like insanely smart. She's probably the smartest character we got in the series, probably smarter than Ray, smarter than Norman, right? And this Sister Krone is probably physically the strongest character that we got in the series. She's not as smart as Norman and Ray maybe, but she's definitely in terms of physical abilities the strongest character in the series. So Isabella is the brain, and Krone is the body, basically. That's how it's going to work. And I think the kids will be able to fool Sister Krone because they seem to be smart enough to do so, but I have my doubts about fooling their mom, Isabella, right? She is quite cunning, quite smart as well. Probably, as I said, the smartest, and maybe a candidate for the position of grandma, right? Because she's so renowned in their world for what she has done. One interesting thing about Sister Krone was that when she was chasing Emma, she said that if Emma saw what happened in that day, she was on her side, which was really interesting because you can interpret this in two different ways. The first way would be that that was her way of saying that Emma, I'll help you, right? I know you want to escape, and maybe I'll help you do so. That would make her be a good character, but she seems really creepy from the way she was dancing with the puppet, and from the way she talks and from the way she thinks. Yeah, she's not like normal. She has something messed up in her brain. I think Isabella, more than her, is more likely basically to be good, to be on the kids' side. I don't think Krone would be on their side. I think when she said that, she meant that she wants to use the fact that Emma knows the truth of the world. She found out about demons and whatnot, in order to stab Isabella in the back, right? And to basically obtain the position as mom, because yeah, that's what she wants. That was what she was saying when she was dancing. That's her true intentions, to become mom. And the quickest way to become a mom and have her own house is to basically betray Isabella and tell on her, basically, to tell the grandma and the higher ups that she is hiding stuff from them. Which was interesting, the fact that Isabella's hiding stuff, again, really emphasizes on the fact that she has that revolutionary side of her, right? She doesn't follow the rules like by the book. She can maybe bend a bit the rules, right? If in order to serve her own purpose, she will go against the rules. She would lie. She's more cunning like that. Where Sister Krone is much more straightforward, right? She would respect the rules, and she would do what she's told. So yeah, that was interesting. That's why I'm saying that maybe Isabella can still be good, even though with every episode going into this show, it seems less and less likely that Isabella will turn up to be a good character. But I still want to believe, right? I said in the first episode that she might be good character, and that's maybe my personal theory, but I'd like if she helps them in the end somehow, because she is not telling on the fact that the kids found the secret, the truth of the world. You can interpret that in two different ways. Maybe one reason is to protect herself, right? As I said earlier, to keep her resume clean, right, without any kind of incident or problem. That's probably the most likely reason. But the second reason is that she isn't telling because she wants to keep them alive for more and perhaps forever, right? She doesn't want them to die. She doesn't want to give them away. So maybe that's why she isn't telling on them. But we don't know yet. I'd say right now watching this, maybe 90% chance that she's just evil and bad, and they have to run away from her. And 10% I still have reserved, and I still want to believe that in 10% of the situation she might be actually a good character and might be looking over them like a real mom would. Another interesting character that we got that got some focus in this episode was the girl with the glasses. I don't think her name was mentioned, but she got a lot of focus, even though she didn't speak too much. We got a lot of shots of her just looking at them, just just being there, and a lot of focus was towards her character. And another thing that was mentioned towards the end was that there might be a traitor, and the obvious conclusion that you draw from this is that the girl with the glasses is the traitor, right? Because she got so much focus, and then at the end of the episode it was revealed that there is a traitor. That would be the obvious candidate for a traitor, but I don't think she's a traitor. I think because Sister Krone, right, said that when at the end of the game of tag, she said that Emma, Ray, Norman, and her, she didn't mention her name, but the girl with the glasses, she put her on the same tier, basically on the same level as the three oldest kids in the house. So she's definitely special, and maybe she's the she wants to become a mom, right? She wants to become just like Sister Krone, right? And Isabella. She wants to become a mom. Maybe she's the candidate, and maybe she's that's why, if she is the traitor, that's the only reason I would see her being the traitor. She wants to tell on them, right? She's telling on those three in order to save her own skin, but she obviously doesn't know yet about the whole situation, probably. But what I would like to believe is that traitor is somebody else, somebody much more younger and much more naive, and the way again, it would be harder. You would want the traitor to be someone who's as smart as them, and it makes logical sense for the girl with the glasses to be the traitor. But she doesn't seem that kind of character. Even though she's suspiciously always looking at them, and she saw when Emma was checking the baby for that mark, and she didn't have one, which was interesting. Obviously, the scar doesn't last 10 years, right? It goes away after a while, but yeah, I don't know about the traitor thing. It could either be another younger kid, right? It could be her. And if it is her, I would like to see maybe her brought to their side. I wouldn't want the girl with glasses, to be just evil, right? Even if she told on them, I'd like to believe that maybe the mom told her to do it, right? The mom, but didn't give her the exact reasoning why. She just was very vague about it, or she fooled her basically in order to spy on them. I don't think she's doing it on purpose, especially because what Emma wants to do is to save everybody. That would be really a really dick move in a way, if she was spying on that. But yeah, that's about it for me, I think, for this episode. Really interesting episode, by far. Not really by far, the first one was really good as well, but a really strong episode, really solid episode. We got a lot of information, and I can't wait to learn more about the demon boss, and the whole structure and the whole whatever else is outside the walls. I can't wait to learn more about this world. It's really fascinating. So hopefully, guys, you enjoyed my review and my reactions, and if you made it this far, please, that like button is down there, please click on it. It really helps me a lot, especially if you watched the video until this point. It really helps me grow my channel, so please consider clicking that thing, and consider going to my Patreon as well. As always, you can get a week in advance, not really a week, a few days in advance, as I am uploading more consistent nowadays. You can get to see the next episode right now. If you watch this video on YouTube, the next episode is already on Patreon, so go and check that out. You can go and join the Discord and talk with me. You can go and have the reaction with the video in the background, so if you want to enjoy that on your mobile or on your tablet, or whatever device you use, you can do that as well. But I've been Leo, I'm the professional weeb, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Sayonara.